Hello family and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look at what is happening in the nation Zimbabwe without fear, without a favor. Advocate Pofu has resuscitated his case against SANYATWE. This time around, he has written to Priscilla CHIGUMBA, who is the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission chairperson, after the utterances of reckless utterances of the commander, Zimbabwe National Army. And this is the letter which we need to take a look upon right here. Na advocate Fulcrum. And remember, ndo dziri kupisa streets ndo nyaya dziri kusheka vakuru. This is Pofu. The letter is dated 12 July 2024, directed to Justice Priscilla Makanyara CHIGUMBA of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. And this is in relation to General SANYATWE's utterances on elections. And he is writing to bring to the attention of Priscilla CHIGUMBA the concerning remarks made by General SANYATWE, who is the commander of the Zimbabwe National Army, about elections in Zimbabwe. And he says that he is in possession of a videographic evidence of him uttering words to the following effect: that ZANU-PF shall rule until donkeys grow horns. Whatever the stated whatever you stated and expressed the wishes is now. He was speaking as the commander at defense of the army, and he's talking about the issue of use what is called command voting, and these are the issues surrounding this whole issue. And Advocate Pofu says in these remarks, General SANYATWE not only wades into issues beyond his constitutional remit, but also asserts his as well and the army's preparedness to undermine the vote and not respect its sanctity. Your commission's ability to deliver a credible election has been put in issue by remarks that suggest its complicity in undermining the popular will. This is something very important. This is where Justice CHIGUMBA is getting into all these issues. She is leading a commission whose functions were undermined by General SANYATWE's remarks, since he doesn't have a constitutional prerogative to go in those directions. He says, I wonder whether there is any truth to the sting of General SANYATWE's assertion. If you consider this assertion false, I kindly request that you publicly refute it with a firm assurance that your commission is not on the army's beck and call. If you choose reticence, I kindly request that you account for it. The statement considered. General SANYATWE's statement undermines the trust and confidence of the electorate in the electoral processes. This, as you are aware, has been no small issue. A clear and prompt refutation of this assertion will help to maintain the integrity of the electoral process and reassure the public that the Electoral Commission is committed to upholding the sanctity of the vote. The attention of Priscilla Makanyara CHIGUMBA was drawn according to section 155(1), 156(c)(1), 233 and 239 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe 2013, and the obligations that have been triggered by this tainted tale, and the failure to call out this constitutional delinquency most indubitably its consequences. I would appreciate your attention to this grave matter within 7 days. So another 7 days added for Justice Makanyara CHIGUMBA. The last time it was 7 days about SANYATWE, and we now have 7 days for Priscilla CHIGUMBA. And remember, these 7 days, these counts only official days, not weekends. Weekends are not counted and public holidays are not counted, which means they are counting from today, Friday, maybe, I'm not so sure, they can do counting from today, or they're starting Monday up to Friday. They will stay 1 week, then another Monday and a Tuesday, then it will be 7 days. So wait to see the next course of action against General SANYATWE, because the days have lapsed. This is something very important. But we need to take a look on what other people think regarding this whole issue, because this is a very complicated matter with mixed feelings from different people. So, so this is General SANYATWE. He says, I have written to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. General SANYATWE will be accorded his 7 full days. Weekends are excluded, which means maybe they are not counting weekends as part of the 7 days conditions for General SANYATWE. Up to this day, he has not responded. But let us take a look on what others think. This is Mawarire, jealousy. He waded into this issue and responded to Advocate Faukram. And we need to take a look on what Jealousy Mawarire has said regarding this whole issue. Remember, it's a very controversial issue, but it's worthy for our discussion. It's worthy for us to talk much about it. So we are taking a look. Mawarire says right here, CHIGUMBA allegedly got paid 90,000 for her children's university fees from a contestant in the 2023 parliamentary elections, entered into deals with criminals to procure election materials for the 2023 elections. In case you didn't know, she has no moral standing to comment on anything electoral before she addresses these serious allegations. She has put Zeki into serious disrepute. Your letter purports she still has some integrity within her tainted reputation as the chairperson of our electoral management board. If, as a fellow lawyers, you don't pour out a rogue behavior as alleged in the ZEC procurement scandal, but seem to expend a lot of energy on some utterances made at a village meeting by a villager to his fellow villagers, you exposed the duplicitous nature of your concern. Pour out the log in CHIGUMBA's eye before you look at specks in other people's. So this is it. And I think we can need to just clarify some issues right here. Jealousy Mawarire is fighting in the corner of the military because they believe the military will have to assist them to overthrow Emmerson Mnangagwa and they come back to power. If you take a look, Jealousy Mawarire in the past few months, he has been saying, kanatapinda, 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 which means they are working 24/7 from the background to depose Emmerson Mnangagwa so that they come back and they start all over again and the ZANU-PF thing continues, which means vakanga vari panze vanongodzoka mukati vari mukati vombobuda. That is what is going to happen, and the ZANU-PF cycle will continue and continue and continue. The policies will be the same, the character and behavior will be the same. Remember, this is a system. This system is beyond an individual. When it operates beyond an individual. And this is what is very important to note. So this system involves some very powerful people within the security structures, the military. This is the reason why you see Mawarire is coming here to defend the general. For those who are asking where he defended the general, he's speaking. Let me try to highlight right here. What he said. He said, but seemed to expend a lot of energy on some utterances made at a village meeting by a fellow villager, to his fellow villagers. This statement, which is highlighted, is what is very important, which shows that Mawarire is actually defending a position of General SANYATWE, which involves the military becoming part and parcel of the politics of Zimbabwe. So you can actually see that where we are going, this issue is much deeper than everybody thought or think. To say we have several groups of people who want power, but within ZANU-PF we have people who are with their own factions. We have others who are with their own factions again. For example, the faction of Segria Kasukwere, we have the faction of General Chiwenga, we have the faction of Emmerson Mnangagwa, we have another possible faction of people like Christopher Mchangwa and others. All those factions, though they both have one goal, to make sure that ZANU-PF continues its legacy of looting and plunder for a very, very long time. That is what they want to maintain. This is the reason why you see they do not want renewal, they do not want to change the systems, they don't want the military to change how it behaves because it benefits them. They still have a chance, as long as Emmerson Mnangagwa is in power, they still have a chance to grab power from him and give to whoever they think will be capable. So this is what is happening. In conclusion, Advocate Faukram, Advocate MPOFU, has written to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission Chairperson, Justice Lisira CHIGUMBA, and is actually demanding that she gives her statement denouncing or refuting the position taken by General SANYATWE of the Zimbabwe National Army. And it's very interesting. 7 days have been given to CHIGUMBA. We'll wait to see if she's going to comply or she will ignore. But this is the case at this point in time. This is what we have for you, and this is what we have at this point in time. Bire, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the contribution. Tawanda, thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for the contribution. We'll continue to watch and see what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, and we'll continue to address all issues surrounding the issues of democracy, elections, and so forth in the nation of Zimbabwe. I love you all, and thank you very much for the support you have been offering to us right here. Remember, General Anselm SANYATWE 7 days are about to expire. Wait to see the action which MPOFU is going to take. Wait to see what he's going to do. Starting next week, the days of General Anselm SANYATWE will be over, which means we'll be expecting to see fireworks. We'll see what he is going to do. Thank you very much, everybody. Let us continue to like, subscribe.